the youth are the flowers of society. And the youth can be a motive force of development. See, we have what we call a youth explosion or implosion. Right now, in Africa generally, the youth constitutes nearly 70% of the population. 70% of the population are below the age of 35. You see? So Africa right now is the only growing continent. You go to Asia and Europe, it is the other way around. In Africa, you really have true pyramid. But in Europe, it is the inverted pyramid. There are more older people than younger people. So you've got a few younger people carrying the old people up there because the population is not growing. You see, you find most people don't get children. If they get one. At most two. Two means just, nothing. Meaning two people have been replaced by two people. One is negative one. If you get three, then there is no positive. That's when population grows. And that is not happening anymore in Europe and in America and also in Asia. So Africa is the growing continent. Yeah. Now the youth can be a blessing or a curse, depending on how you treat them. If you do not give them requisite skills, they become delinquents, drug addicts, criminals, and that's a drag on the society. But if you impart knowledge to them and skills, then they become a motive force for development. And that is what other countries which have grown much faster have done. You go to India today, China. That's what China did. China, when it was a closed society, spent a lot of energy, a lot of resources in imparting skills on its youth. So that when they liberalized the economy, they had a highly trained and skilled workforce that was young. And they had also put up some industries which were producing primary goods, industrial goods, raw materials. So it became a very, very attractive destination for investors. That's why most of the manufacturing industries in the West relocated to China. If you go to China, for example, you take automobile industry, they're all in China. Mercedes is there, BMW is there, Volvo is there, Peugeot is there, Ford is there, Toyota is there, Nissan is there, Hyundai is there, all of them are there in China. They were telling me in Germany that, it is cheaper to manufacture a Mercedes-Benz in China and ship it back to Europe than the one that is manufactured in Stuttgart. Why? Because the cost of labor is cheap in China. China has become the factory of the world today. Now this is the kind of opportunity that we have. Within that period of time, 30 years, China has developed 500 million people who have moved from poverty to middle class. So China today has got the biggest middle class in the world. And therefore China today is no longer the cheapest investment destination. It's a gap down there, which is yawning, which Africa can fill. There, Africa can now also train people, have proper skills, and create a proper infrastructure that is attractive to foreign investors. They will come. Today, African youth are desperate. You may have seen ships going to Europe overloaded from Tunisia, from Libya, and so on, crossing the Mediterranean. African youth are drowning in the Mediterranean trying to seek greener pastures in Europe. Those, and there they're not wanted. They are either drowning in the middle of the sea, or when they arrive there, they are taken to some kind of custody and kept there. So you see, we want to actually stem that tide. And that can only be stemmed by creating conducive environment in Africa for employment of these young people. Now today, you have this new technology, the AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is helping people to create wealth. And if you really can be able to impart AI knowledge to this youth here, they will be so highly in high demand around the world. And this is what is going to help us to leapfrog, to be able to catch up with other countries which have gone ahead of us. I was telling the other people the other day that at independence in 1963, Kenya's economy was similar to that of South Korea. First, in terms of population, people, they had 8 million people, we had also 8 million people. In terms of per capita income, in terms of literacy levels of education, in terms of poverty levels, in terms of industrialization, all major economic indicators, Kenya and South Korea were at par. 60 years later today, Korea's economy is 40 times bigger than Kenya's economy. You ask yourself, what did they get right that you got wrong here in Kenya? If you can answer that question, then you are on the way to answering Kenya's question, Kenya's problem. That's why these kind of innovative ideas are helpful, and therefore I'm very thankful to Tabitha and the Senator for taking the initiative and starting this digital hub here in Siaya. I can feel very proud when I go around the other parts of Kenya and say that, no, I'm also leading by example. Go to Siaya. You'll find Siaya Digital Hub. Okay? Before I came here, the governor of Siaya called me. He is in Austria, in Vienna. And I told him I'm coming here. She asked me to send his greetings to you people. Okay? They are talking there about nuclear energy, setting up a nuclear plant. That is something that I initiated myself when I was Minister for Energy over 20 years ago. When I was saying that, yes, we have other sources. We have got hydro, but even hydro is limited in terms of capacity. Solar is also there. We have also wind. These days the fuel is not desirable because it keeps on polluting and throwing a lot of carbon, which is helping to increase the temperatures of the world. So I said nuclear, and they are thinking about nuclear bombs. So that's what is called peaceful use of nuclear energy is possible. I think Kenya must make a decision to go nuclear and to put up a plant of 5,000 megawatts nuclear power that will help us to be able to attract more investors into our country.
We want this hub not only to train people and then throw them all in the streets. When this institution starts training more and more of these people, we are going to train people whom we are going to employ there in the hub in our business sourcing center, BOP. And this is going to be a continuous process. Some of them who are sharp will be employed there at the hub to work. So though it is still new, but we want to push it further